Beautiful collective. If you are seeing this, I do trust that this is finding you at the perfect time. My name is Farrah, and I appreciate you connecting with me today. There is no such thing as coincidence in this life, so either a portion of this reading or the whole reading itself will resonate for you, okay? So I pulled the Six of Cups and the Temperance card, okay, in my pre-shuffle. This is the energy of making peace with the past, okay, or potentially a past situation, a past version of self. Something along the lines of trying to cultivate a sense of peace and balance in your life again, and remembering where you came from, remembering your roots, or reflecting on what has once been, okay? So you may be trying to live in the present, but it's really hard for you at this time. I have the Hermit card though, okay, bottom of my deck. So there is something about you taking things one step at a time, doing things just as the moment comes, okay? And I always love this saying, and it's that the present is a gift. That's why it is called the present, okay? And I think you're really learning this. I think the closer and closer that you get to yourself, the more this Temperance card energy wants to show up, the more this Temperance type of archetype really does imbue itself into your life, okay? And underneath this is the Devil card, okay? So perfect representation of being stuck in a cycle, potentially being stuck in your head, maybe a form of self-sabotage or an addictive way of thinking, potentially an addictive habit for some of you, but you're learning how to move through this and you're learning to make peace with this whole experience overall. And it may be really hard. It may be really grueling, I'm hearing. I feel like there's this major energy of needing to have self-acceptance and needing to trust in the path that you're on, needing to trust to take things one step at a time. Potentially forgiving yourself or forgiving others could be really significant for you, or the need and the desire to let things go is starting to surface, okay? And you're just not sure of how to do this yet, but you're learning. Like there is major energy of taking things one step at a time, doing things day by day. There could be too energy around a really busy neighborhood or having neighbors as friends that may resonate for some of you. Eight of Cups, yep. Walking away from the past and doing some form of introspective work. I always say that the Eight of Cups is someone who goes within and then returns. Okay, and on these 8 cups, there's a cup missing, okay? It's not balanced. There's a lack of balance, and that's what that's representing here, is that this man is walking away from this not balanced picture, searching for that next emotion, searching for that next water energy, that next cup. That is what you're doing. You are doing the internal work, and it's really, really paying off, okay? With the Temperance card being in the first pull, you are making progress. It may just be relatively slow, but you have left something behind now. And you're making peace with this. Like I said, for some of you, you may need to forgive yourself for whatever's transpired. Maybe for past versions of yourself or past ways of living that no longer resonate for you. Okay, you could have potentially, like I said, released some form of a habit or an idea or a pattern that was just not serving you, not serving this other individual or your family or the people around you. Like I said, your neighborhood could be really significant. Maybe that third house energy, okay, in astrology that really talks about like the day-to-day, talks about your neighborhood, talks about the internet. Like there's something about taking things one step at a time, excuse me. Knight of Cups though, so if you are waiting on some form of an apology, I do see this coming into you, towards you. I can't speak English, but I almost feel as though this is something that you've been waiting on, or this is what you are learning to make peace with. Okay, the Knight of Cups is somebody who walks with his heart on his sleeve. He's someone who has his emotions to offer and love to give. So I think what is helping you heal the Six of Cups energy, what is helping you heal from the past, is the love that you have to give to others that I think maybe wasn't given to you. So this energy for me, it really reminds me of someone who is going through a really hard time and nobody knows it. So you may feel, like I said, really lonely. It's almost like nobody sees the work that you're doing except for you or potentially one other person. Like you may have one person that you really spend most of your time with or you could really confide in. And for some of you, that's just yourself, you know. But there really is this energy of letting things go, taking things day by day, and trying to find a form of peace and balance again in your life. And you're making a lot of progress. It may seem really slow, but like Jordan Sparks says, one step at a time, you know? 2000s, early 2000s may be significant, or the energy of the childhood of growing up. At least for me, I grew up early 2000s, so that's not for everybody. But there is something about the older way of doing things, okay? The past keeps coming up. Past life regressions, maybe past life karma is significant for this collective. Maybe going through like the Akashic records of your family's bloodline. Like some of you may be really doing deep, immense soul searching, finding out truths about yourself, about your family, potentially even where you live. That's why the neighborhood could have been pinging into my brain. It's like maybe even where you grew up, there's some secrets there. Hold on. Okay, so we have the Four of Swords, more of this resting internal energy, and the Seven of Cups. Yeah, so a bit of confusion, a bit of not knowing ahead, and the Ten of Swords. So yeah, an ending has definitely taken place, and you are meditating and contemplating on where to go next, where to invest your energy, potentially caught up in a lot of this imaginative energy. You could be maladaptive daydreaming, or spending a lot of your time thinking about other things to distract you from the pain that you're experiencing. But I think at nighttime, this is really when the pain picks up, or when the things do fill your brain, they do fill your mind, they do pull you away, okay? And this is so funny. The Moon card is underneath the Ten of Swords. So more of this nighttime, not being able to see ahead, illusionary, mystical, water energy. There's just so much cups showing up today. Okay, Eight of Cups, Six of Cups, the Temperance card even. Like, there's just so much that goes into this. And I dropped another card. The Devil. The Devil wanted to be dropped, so maybe just to draw my attention back to this, that this is what you're still dealing with. This may be the one factor that's keeping you from doing your healing, is the thoughts, are the patterns that you're falling back into. Let's get more guidance on this, though. But like I said, you are making progress. You are healing. You are doing things day by day. You're learning to let go of that Ten of Swords. Okay, a situation is dead, done, and over with. And I don't think that you want to turn back around, but I think that there's potential for you to revisit this past. Obviously, use your own discernment, but with that Knight of Cups, that apology coming in, if you feel like this situation, if it's with another person, is redeemable, then I think there's potential for that. Okay, there is potential for reconciliation. We have Ghost. The Ghost card always reminds me of my Hermit card. They almost look the same, right? So there is something about feeling a void inside, or feeling lonely, feeling like nobody sees you, nobody can understand you. Like I said, you may feel like there's not many people that you could communicate to right now or speak to. Potentially learning a lot on your own, feeling very left behind, or almost feeling like you're invisible to this person, to other people around you. You may be actually potentially in an environment of individuals who are very happy, and you're the only person who's going through a grieving process. Okay, we have the Commitment card coming out. So this definitely does pertain to relationships. This definitely does pertain to a loved one. For some of you, this could be romantic. Some of this could be platonic. This could be with friends or family. This could be with someone who potentially you grew up with, okay? Six of Cups energy. Someone from the past here. Definitely someone from the past that you feel very distant and cold from. But you're making peace with this situation. And there's something about having shared goals. Okay, I love this card because it doesn't just talk about the commitment being about love. It's about each individual's desires aligning. And that may have been the issue, okay, is that there was a lot of confusion surrounding where this situation was going in the first place. So potentially you couldn't see a long-term goal with this person. You could have wanted to live in one location. They could have lived in another location. There could have been a distance between the two of you. They could have been very in and out. They could have ghosted you, okay, with that Ghost card. And it's sort of like things are left unsaid, but we have signs here. So a lot of spiritual guidance, a lot of synchronicities are probably popping up around you, or dreams of this person, okay, messages for you to contact this person, or things that just remind you of them. You know, you could have spent a lot of time going around your neighborhood together. You could have spent a lot of time doing the same things every day together. And it's like every single thing that you do now has them embedded within you. And reminiscing, yeah, absolutely. This is so much about a past situation. This is not even funny. This whole reading is all about thinking about the past. But like I said, you really are You could be looking at old photos and things of that nature, but you really are, I think, gaining clarity. Confused is in reverse here, okay? And that Seven of Cups was out, that confusion energy, but really gaining clarity on what's going on with this situation, but overthinking and really reminiscing on the old times, on what you used to do, and how the way things used to be, okay? We have Inkpot. We have problems to be resolved. Yeah. So there's probably some missing pieces, or there probably is something about needing to get answers. We have Cane. Pay attention to your health. So potentially needing to focus on yourself at this time. Okay. Maybe you're not taking care of your health. Maybe you are neglecting yourself. Okay. You could be feeling even estranged from the self. There may be a real calling to nurture at this time. Okay. Your health, your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit, really needing to solve the issues with you first. Okay. This devil energy is still on the table. There is this energy of needing to get out of your own trap and potentially using substances or other forms of self-pleasure to avoid going through this process of pain, going through this painful ending. And it's a detriment to your overall well-being. This could be physical or mental. But you are taking things one step at a time. And I'm just so proud of this collective. Like, really pat yourself on the back. Really give yourself some love. And we have Jug. We have a lighthearted and carefree time. So this is what's ahead. And it's so funny because this Jug card always reminds me of the Temperance card too. So there's a lot of synchronicities just even within my decks that I know from using these so much, what the energy of the cards give me. So it's almost like this is extremely aligned, and this is meant for you to see it if you do see it, because this is just letting you know that there's beautiful things ahead. Okay, there's going to be balance restored. Like I said, Temperance card was my initial poll today. And we have Barrel. It says, you will feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Yeah. So there is this energy of that missing piece, that void inside like I was talking about. But I do see you really moving through this. I'm very proud of you. I think that you're learning a lot about yourself. You are taking things one step at a time, and that's really all you can do. And I think you should really pat yourself on the back and forgive yourself for whatever's transpired and release this ending. Let things move forward in your life, okay? We have, it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio, yes. Take your time to breathe out and surrender to the divine. These are so freaking aligned, and these are all matching too. Okay, so potentially that full moon energy, because we have 2 full moons coming out today, this is when things are coming to a head. This is when things are ready to come to that climax point, okay, and be released and be shed. And I think it's time to surrender. It is time to let go of this past situation, because with the 10 of Swords, it really is dead, done, and over with, okay? We have all 10 of these swords in this gentleman's back, and it just clarifies the fact that he is dead, and he is probably not returning due to the fact that it's not just one wound, it's multiple wounds, it's multiple blows that you've taken, okay, from this past person, from this past cycle, past family member, whatever this may be for you. But I think it is really time to take things slow, and it's time to release this. It's time to let this go. It's time to allow yourself to move forward, okay? It's time to walk away from this pain, because you're no longer deserving of this. And I think ultimately too, with the Cane card, it's affecting your health, it's affecting your mental well-being. And overall at the bottom of the deck, we have a win-win outcome is in forecast with full moon in Libra. So I think it's all going to make sense as to why this came out and why this transpired for you. Another freaking full moon. So things are really coming to a head. You really are at the very tail end of this cycle, I believe. Whatever these last pieces are, I think you're going to gain some form of clarity, okay, with that confused in reverse. And I think there's going to be issues resolving. There's going to be some form of a missing puzzle piece I'm seeing being put in the last slot, okay? And ultimately everything is going to make sense. This could be another individual coming into your life for some of you that's really going to replace this past person, and you're going to like completely be elated that you let that past person go. Or this could be a job opportunity or something like that. I just feel like there's going to be something else that comes in potentially, or another thing is going to come in and really take your attention away, okay? You could already be getting signs and synchronicities with the signs card that came out before, about this coming in, or about what Spirit has next in store for you. I think this just requires you to release something from the past, to release this negative thought cycle. But take things one step at a time. You can always rely on yourself, and you can always vent in my comment section if you feel called to, if you need to. But this is the message I think I have for everybody today. So I hope that this resonated for you and was insightful. If you found it, please feel free to support me by liking, commenting, sharing with someone you think that this would really have some form of value for. Comment your stories. I'm always responding. I'm always listening. And if you like to reach me on any of my personals, those are all linked in my description box, as well as if you want to book a personal reading with me, you can find that there too. But overall, I really do appreciate you connecting with me today. And this was a profound reading. Just keep taking things one step at a time. And I love you all, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.